Okay. Hey everyone, this is the Good Captain, and welcome to Japan's turn 8. So we have 58 IPCs to spend, and with the 58 we're going to buy a battleship for 20, a destroyer for 8, that brings us down to 30, and with those remaining 30 we buy 10 infantries. So I know Piloto loves that, the infantry build. Okay. All right. So combat moves. All right. I am going to take the infantry in Suiyan and move him into Ningxia, and that will up Japan by 1 from 50 to 51. A couple more freebies. The Japanese infantry in Italian Africa moves down into Rhodesia. Okay. And let me pie that. So Japan's up to 52 and Britain's down to 23. And then we'll bring both Japanese infantries in Egypt down to Anglo-Egypt, Sudan. And that'll, ooh, I'm out of pies again. Brings Britain down to 22 and Japan up to 53. Okay. And then the bomber in Egypt is going to fly 1, 2, 3, 4 to bomb the industry in the Union of South Africa. He'll have 2 movements left. Okay. Next, I will send 1 infantry in Persia into Kazakh. And 2 fighters. So last, I'm going to advance in the Russian North Front up here. Just push everybody in. That's 9 infantry and a tank into the National Okrug. Okay, so there's 3 dice or sets of dice to roll. We have the bombing in the Union of South Africa, the attack into Kazakh, and the battle in Okrug up in the north. And that's it. So there's no anti-aircraft gun in the Union of South Africa. So I'll just roll a dice to see how much damage tokens we put under that sucker. Here we go. 3 damage tokens. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then the battle in Kazakh. Let's do that one. We've got 2 fighters and an infantry on the attack. We get 1 hit. Before the Russian infantry pieces out, he shoots back. Miss. So Japan will capture Kazakh. And the last battle in the north. Yeah, that's 9 infantries and a tank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is just all infantries, okay? 5, and 4. So this is a total of 9. I'm checking it again. Yeah, I have 9 on my board. So 9 infantries. Yeah, we got the hit. We got 2 hits actually. We only needed the 1. Okay, and then the Rusky shoots back. Oh, miss. Okay. So Evanki falls. So that's a total of 3 Russian IPCs. Drops from 20 to 17, and Japan will go from 53 to 56. Okay. All right. So that's it for combats. And now the non-combats. We'll start in the north and then the Pacific side. So in Buryatia, the artillery is going to try to catch up with that army group. In the Pacific, the infantry in the Caroline Islands loads up, goes to Okinawa and unloads. The fleet will follow. And 2 of the fighters will fly off the carriers, or a carrier, and fly into Manchuria. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's illegal. Okay. And let's move towards China. Okay, the infantry in Yunnan, I'm just going to clear these, moves into Xikang. That's what Google says is the way to pronounce that. Infantry, and then, how did I want to do this? I think, yeah, 1 tank from Hupei moves into Xikang, 1 infantry in Hupei moves to Ningxia, and the tank in Suihan moves into Ningxia as well. So there's 2 infantry and a tank in Ningxia and 1 infantry and a tank in Xikang. Okay. These 2 tanks in Yunnan are going to swing around through Burma and back into India. These 3 infantries in Manchuria move into Suiyan. Okay, let's get into the middle of the board where the action is. 2 infantries in Persia are going to load up on a transport and drop into Italian East Africa. So they're just going to bridge out of Persia and into Italian Africa. The bomber that was on the bombing raid will then go to Italian Africa. Both tanks in Egypt will come down into at least to Anglo-Egypt Sudan. Yeah, into Anglo-Egypt Sudan. Yeah, that's it. Okay. The 2 tanks in Persia move into Anglo-Egypt. Or just into Egypt. Sorry, that's a little confusing. Three artilleries and 1 infantry move into Transjordan. 1 infantry in India moves into Persia. One transport in C Zone 34 moves to C Zone 37. Make sure this is all still in frame. Yeah, okay. The fleet, well, not the fleet, the aircraft carrier with the fighter on board moves to C Zone 34, as does the destroyer. And the fighter will come land on the carrier deck that's off of the East Indies. So 1, 2, 3. And then the transport in C Zone 35 shucks the East Indies infantries into India. And that brings us to, yeah, that's a red chip. 6 infantries in India so far. Okay. Okay. I think Japan's turns are always so elaborate. Oh, these fighters still need to move. They've got 3. We'll bring them into Persia, the Sea Zone, and Italian Africa. Right. Okay. Yeah, we're happy. Let me gloss this over once more. It's just so much stuff moving around. Okay. Yeah. Checking and rechecking. You know, yeah, I'm gonna move this Japanese AA gun into Anglo-Egypt Sudan as well. Okay. All right, so that's it for non-combat movements. We'll do place units now. Okay, the battleship and the destroyer are going to go in the Sea Zone 38, and then 2 infantries into the East Indies here. 3 infantries going into India. 2 infantries into Burma. 3 infantries into Manchuria. Okay, and yeah, so Japan collects 56. And let's do the recap. I'm going to unhook this. We have 1 infantry in French Madagascar, 1 infantry in Rhodesia, 2 infantry, 2 fighters, and a bomber in Italian Africa, 2 infantry, 2 tanks, and an anti-aircraft in Anglo-Egypt Sudan, 2 tanks and 2 fighters in Egypt, 3 artilleries and 1 infantry in Transjordan, 1 infantry in Persia, 1 infantry in Kazakh. This is 9 infantry and 2 tanks in India, along with an AA gun, 2 fighters, an aircraft carrier, a battleship, a destroyer, and 3 transports in Sea Zone 34. 1 transport in Sea Zone 35, 1 transport in Sea Zone 37, 2 infantries in Burma, 1 infantry and 1 armor in Shikong, 2 infantries and 1 tank armor, whatever, in Ningxia, 3 infantries in Suiyuan, 3 infantries and 2 fighters in Manchuria, 1 artillery in Stanovaj, 9 infantry and 1 tank in Ivanki, 3 destroyers, 1 sub, 1 cruiser, 1 transport, 2 aircraft carriers, 2 fighters into Okinawa, Sea Zone 60, 1 infantry on Okinawa, and then 1 infantry and 1 armor on the Hawaiian Islands. Thanks for watching. All the best from the good captain, and bye-bye.